Hey everyone, it's White Wolf up here in Vermont, Ways the Wild Institute. And this is a really short video here on how you can utilize natural materials to make emergency rope. Alright, now this rope is not labor intensive, alright, you're not peeling the inner bark and spending forever pounding it out and stripping the fibers and rolling it on your thigh and weaving it together and tying the knots. This is a very quick, very practical rope. It's very easy to use, extremely strong, very durable, flexible, and really easy to get a hold of in most areas of the world, especially where you have forested areas, lots of trees. Mainly the type of tree that we're looking for is the evergreens. The best is the hemlock. The eastern hemlock, the western hemlock, but you can also use pine, any kind of pine, spruce, tamarack, firs, they all work. So let's kind of get to showing you what exactly the rope is and where to find it, how versatile it is, and how to actually use it. We are stream side. Now if you look at the edge of the water here, you'll notice down in the water you see that kind of pink reddish color. Now let's kind of hone in on that. Those are roots. See, they're kind of violet, pink, reddish color depending on the lighting. But those are tree roots. See? They come right out of the bank. Now you can find this in most waterways that have trees growing around them. The roots seek out the easiest water and they grow right into the water. It's like hydroponics. That's what we're looking for right there. You might be wondering if that harms the tree, taking up those roots like that. You got to remember, these trees that are pushing out that much root systems into the waterways have an amazing amount of roots underneath the ground. Alright, so no, it does not harm the tree to take a few roots out of the waterway. Now that the roots are out of the water, this is what they look like. Quite colorful, as you can see. You can see they're very rubbery. Now, obviously the roots we want are not all the real fine ones that are hanging out here that looks like webbing of some kind. We can actually take that and tear it very gently off of the main root system. Which leaves us with the main roots. This is what we want. And we tear off this stuff. This we can actually use and dry. If we dry this, it makes wonderful tinder for fire making. You can also use it for stuffing in moccasins, insulation for clothing. You can actually, if you get enough of this stuff, you can use it to mix in with bedding material in shelters. And when it's dry, it works really well as a sponge if you need something in the wild to soak up some water. This meshy stuff on the sides of the roots, don't throw it away. Keep it and dry it. It works well. But what we want to do is expose those single layer roots. This is what we want. This is going to be our rope. Here's my roots. All right, strip them down. Now remember, they're really pliable, right? Wrap it all the way around my hand like that. I'll show you how strong they are. We'll lash these sticks together. All right, I'm going to give you a close-up shot here and show you. We have the tripod lashed together with the roots. You'll see a lot of loose ends sticking out there. Those are just the ends of all the pieces that I had. And then you just keep starting a new piece and overlapping everything. So it's a nice colorful nest. Now I'll show you how sturdy this is. Size ratio to me, the tripod and the rock. Alright? That's a heavy river rock, soaking wet. Supported perfectly on the tripod that's lashed together with tree roots. That's not going anywhere. So there you have a very quick, brief little video on how to use tree roots for survival rope and or wilderness living rope, whatever you want. Trick is to just experiment with the types of roots that are in your area. All right, around the world, many environments. Okay, you're not always going to have evergreens. You're not always going to have hemlocks, pines. Most areas you do. However, there's tons of other tree roots that do work, but you're going to have to test them out yourself because some are quite brittle and they won't hold up to any weight. All right, you can use it for like basket making and stuff, but they just don't hold the weight like evergreens do. Some roots are just they're so stiff and hard that you can't work with them. Even if you split them down, once you split them, it destroys the structural content, and then when you try to work them, they break. Some roots are just they're not rubbery enough. So even though they seem to be flexible, when you try to actually get them into a tie position, they snap. So all different kinds of things you have to look out for when you're utilizing the ropes. But as a general rule, evergreen roots, no matter where you are in the world, make excellent survival rope. Have fun with it, play around with it, practice, experiment, see what works for you. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any other ideas about training in the wilderness ways, you can always come visit us, waysofthewildinstitute.com. And also I've got quite a few videos on the YouTube channel that describes a lot of the different skills and things that we work with. This is White Wolf, Willem Allison. Be well and happy.